Welcome back to EFD for this week's edition of Euro Transfer Talk. With European football back on our screens, the transfer rumours are coming in thick and fast. And as ever, if you hear anything yourself, get your rumours into me at Mike McCubb or at EFD Squad with the hashtag TransferTalk on Twitter. Anyway, let's get right into it. We begin at Juventus, who, like many other Italian clubs, are having to do some maintenance in the wake of the global health crisis. While players agreed to waive the equivalent of 4 months' wages to help the club sustain its finances back in March, there could be some significant departures this summer, with Aaron Ramsey potentially being one of them. The former Arsenal star only joined the old lady last summer, but has had a quiet first season in Italy, making only 9 Serie A starts under Maurizio Sarri this term. Not the best use of a player on around £400,000 a week. Even if Juve are unable to find a buyer, the Welsh midfielder could be loaned out, with Man United and Tottenham both linked with a move of this nature. And if the club are able to get Ramsey off the books, some of that money will no doubt be used to fund a new contract for Paulo Dybala. The Argentinian striker has 2 years left on his current deal and is understood to have asked for a pay rise worth €12 million a year. Dybala, who himself was linked with United and Spurs last summer, has seen his goal output drop dramatically since Ronaldo's arrival in Turin 2 years ago, but remains a key player at the Allianz Stadium and is the club's only centre-forward under the age of 30. And while he told CNN last week that playing for long-time admirers Barcelona would be very nice, the Italian champions are confident a new deal can be reached soon. With the side hoping to win a 5th Coppa Italia in 6 years on Wednesday, it could be a doubly good week for fans of Juve. Meanwhile, Barcelona may finally be seeing Ousmane Dembélé leave the club this summer, with reports this week suggesting the French forward could be on his way to Liverpool. Dembélé has been linked with a move to Merseyside in the past, but with Timo Werner now on the verge of transferring to Chelsea, the Reds may turn their attention back to the Barcelona misfit. The 23-year-old has struggled at the Camp Nou since his €125 million move from Borussia Dortmund 3 years ago, with injuries seeing him miss most of the 2019-20 campaign, clocking up less than 400 minutes in the league. According to multiple reports, Liverpool have opened talks with the Spanish champions, with the player now valued at just €40 million by the Football Observatory. However, with the Reds set to record huge financial losses from the coronavirus crisis, they are understood to be pursuing a loan-to-buy deal for Dembélé. But do you think he would be a good fit at Liverpool, and should they take their chances on such an injury-prone star? Let us know in the comments below. Before we move on to our next rumour, just a quick reminder to, if you haven't already, subscribe to Euro Football Daily and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. We put out content like this every single day, so you really don't want to miss out. Anyway, let's move on. Another man who could be on his way out of Barcelona is Arturo Vidal, after the Chilean midfielder suggested he may push for a move if he continues to see his playing time limited at the Camp Nou. The 33-year-old scored the opener in the Blaugrana's 4-0 win over Mallorca on the weekend, but was taken off at half-time, and 14 of his 23 La Liga appearances this season have come off the bench. In an interview with Catalan publication El Periódico, the former Bayern Munich player spoke of his commitment to Barcelona's title challenge, but also admitted he likes to feel important and play in the biggest games. And when questioned about Inter Milan's supposed interest in him, he revealed he still enjoys a good relationship with Antonio Conte, who managed him at Juventus. Very much in the twilight of his career and with just a year left on his contract, it looks like Vidal's future lies elsewhere. But with reports in Italy suggesting Inter won't make a move unless they sell Raja Nainggolan and are also keen to sign Sandro Tonali, the San Siro may be just a pipe dream for the veteran. Another seasoned pro who could be on the move this summer is Gonzalo Higuaín. The Juve striker, who is currently out injured, also has a contract expiring next summer, and reports this week have linked him with a surprise switch to Marseille. The French club are currently on the search for a new sporting director, and former striker Fabrizio Ravanelli has made his own case for the role, claiming he'd prioritise signing Higuaín if he was appointed. And OM are a more attractive proposition than they've been in some time, Having finished second in Ligue 1, they will be contesting the Champions League next term, the first time they have done so since the 2013-14 campaign. And despite their revival under Andre Villas-Boas, they could certainly do with extra firepower. This season, a 33-year-old Dimitri Payet was the club's top scorer in all competitions with 12, despite also being the side's main creator. But where do you see Higuaín pursuing his next challenge? Let us know down below. Next, we have a much younger player being tipped for a Serie A exit. With Roma keen to keep hold of Henrik Mkhitaryan, Gazzetta dello Sport have reported that 21-year-old Justin Kluivert could make his way to Arsenal as part of a player plus cash deal. With the Gunners valuing Mkhitaryan at around €13 million and the Italian giants rating Kluivert between €35 and €40 million, it is understood that the Dutch forward could make his way to the Emirates for around €20 million plus Mkhitaryan. On the face of it, this deal seems a bit far-fetched. While the Armenian attacking midfielder has been super productive in the games he's played, injuries have limited him to just over 800 minutes in the league, and he is also 10 years older than Kluivert. However, when you consider that both players are represented by Mino Raiola, and the fact that an extra €20 million could make a big difference given the financial fallout of coronavirus in the Italian top flight, and perhaps there is a possibility this could be pulled off. We finish off at PSG, who look set to let go of yet more talented youngsters this summer. The French giants have already seen a number of their academy products achieve great success at other clubs in recent years, with RB Leipzig's Christopher Nkunku and Bayer Leverkusen's Moussa Diaby two of the most recent examples. And now it appears Adil Aouchiche and Tanguy Kouassi will be departing the Parc des Princes, according to Spanish outlet AS. The teenagers are out of contract at the end of the month and are understood to be the latest youngsters to fall victim of the club playing catch-up with FFP. 18-year-old centre-back Kouassi has attracted the interest of a number of clubs, having made 13 appearances in all competitions this term, including a memorable game against Amiens in which he bagged a brace. Newcastle and Arsenal are just two of the clubs being linked with his signature. Meanwhile, L'Équipe confirmed earlier this month that Aouchiche had completed a medical with Saint-Etienne in anticipation of a possible switch, although it's understood the 17-year-old is still keeping his options open. These two could be stars of the future, so watch this space. So that's all we have time for on this week's edition of Euro Transfer Talk. If you enjoyed, why not click on screen right now for more great EFD content. As always, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you next time.